Right now, though, it's time to have our chat with Lauren Christendaughter, who, of course, operates Main Street Magazine. You can find Main Street Magazine for free pickup throughout the tri-state region at various locations. And they also have their website, which is mainstreetmag.com. Good morning, Thorin.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. We're into a stretch of kind of nondescript weather, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah,
but it beats a cold fall. It beats a cold fall because the longer that we stay like this, well, I can't wait for the colors to come out. As long as we don't have any windstorms before now and then.
windstorms or rainstorms.
Yeah, and that. But if we can hold through, we're going to have a real brilliant, I think, fall foliage event here. So now my first question: have you folks in Millerton talked about having a second food fest?
Well, our next Business Alliance meeting is the first Wednesday of the month, so we're going to be discussing that. And but as I said to you last week, so far, everyone's been very positive about it, and I've had quite a few folks ask that. So all signs point to yes, but I'll talk to the rest of the powers that be there and see, make sure that that's a consensus. But all the folks who were kind of involved were very happy with it.
Now, our eyes next turn to really a big event for the Armenia area, and that is the Saddle Ridge Community Foundation sponsoring that rodeo, which is coming up on Saturday, which is going to be held at Keene Stud in Armenia, which is right there at Saddle Ridge. That's an event that's getting a lot of talk about.
It is, and you can't miss the signs. They're absolutely everywhere, and it doesn't matter which direction you go. And there's a lot of chatter, and we've been helping them to promote it as well. And so I hope that they have first of all, I hope they have great weather, but I hope it's a very successful event and bringing people together in the community in a safe and a healthy way.
All right, and I guess now, are you just about set to release the October issue?
Yeah, my printer said that we should probably be getting delivery either tomorrow or Thursday. So that means our Libby and Griffin will head out and get it delivered everywhere probably by the end of the week. So, people should be seeing it, weather permitting. We don't, if it's raining, we don't like to go out and that so the magazines don't get wet. But, I hope that by this time next week it'll be delivered everywhere.
All right, and we don't normally do this, but it's kind of an in-between time. When we always talk about the different articles, but for people who are listening to you now on the radio, let's talk a little bit about where you cover, how you cover it, and if there's a business out there, how they can benefit from what you. Well, it's like how businesses can benefit from what we do here on the air here. What businesses out there that might want to contact you and find out about supporting the magazine.
Sure. So our coverage area has grown quite a bit since we started in 2013. Our offices are located in Millerton, so naturally we kind of spiral out from there. But we have about, I'd say, a decent 30 or 40-mile radius from Millerton. So in New York, we kind of go all the way from Millbrook or Rhinebeck, Red Hook up to up past Hudson. And in Massachusetts, we kind of have the little corner of Sheffield, Great Barrington, Egremont, and then in Connecticut, over your way, it's kind of a rectangular shape, going from the border of New York all the way over to Canaan, and then, south to Kent. So, our website lists all the locations that we deliver to. As for our content, we try to kind of keep it within our area, so it remains focused on that. But of course, there are stories that kind of go out, or there are sometimes stories that apply even though they're not geographically specific. And just like you, for the radio, for me, our readership is dedicated and they're committed to the community. They have an understanding of the area. Even though sometimes, we have visitors who pick up the magazine, but we also have subscribers that have, once lived here and, don't want to miss anything and feel a connection to the area by our content. And, the advantage, if you will, for our advertisers is that, we have a dedicated readership who are not just read the articles, but, read it cover to cover and often tell us they also read the advertisers.
Well, that's what most people don't realize when you deal with marketing or journalism in this area. One of the reasons we're around is not only to spread news and information and interesting stories, but also to help our local businesses, because in today's competitive climate, it's nice to have a friend locally, whether it's via a magazine, newspaper, or local radio station, to help promote your business in times like this.
Exactly. We've, especially since the pandemic, we've tried to do our part with that. And, we've, since the beginning, I've made sure that our advertising rates are some of the most competitive around. Even though my paper prices have gone up a number of times, I've not increased my ad rates. And you know how hard that is, but we always try to do the best to help support our advertisers and spread the word, whether it's, us physically and personally talking about advertisers that we support and believe in as well. But, we try to promote them throughout the year as we can. And we, since the beginning, we've had what we call the business snapshot in the back, where we promote a business, and oftentimes they don't even advertise with us, but it's a way to give exposure to a business that you may not be familiar with, or may not even know that you need a service from.
Yeah, because it's different than being in a big city. Most of our businesses are owned by our friends and neighbors, or even if we don't know them, they're still our neighbors. And the money you spend in the store stays in this area to be spent further for them then to spend it in this area. I mean, it's a pretty interesting chain of events that keeps small business going in our area.
It is, and it's, like with us, we deal with majority as small to medium-sized businesses for the area, and we're always kind of dealing with either the boss or the owner or the manager. And so for me, I feel like such a sense of community with that, because oftentimes these are also the people who are making a difference in the community, or are invested, or sponsor the Little League team. And so it's important to help them as well in their business, because that allows them, to continue their business in their support of the community.
So then we can look for the next issue sometime next week.
For sure, by the weekend, to keep an eye out. And it's our annual history issue. So we've tried to. It's actually a big issue. It's 64 pages, and we've had a couple of spreads there and a couple of stories that are longer. But we just we enjoy history, and we hope that our readers do. But there's so much around here, and so we have a varying storyline of different things and topics, and we hope that folks enjoy it.
All right, that is Main Street Magazine for pickup at area locations throughout our tri-state region, and mainstreetmag.com on the web. Thorin, have a good week. We'll speak to you next week.
Sounds terrific. Thanks, Marshall.
Take care. Thorin Christendaughter from Main Street Magazine here on Robin Hood Radio. And once again, you can find Main Street Magazine at their website, mainstreetmag.com, but you can also find this at robinhoodradio.com. Click on demand, click on Main Street Magazine on Robin Hood Radio.